You have one?
Yeah, got that.
You still doing call?
So call this meeting to order.
Uh-huh.
Call this meeting to order.
Yeah, so we're gonna call the meeting to order, at 8:35. This,
Who's our secretary?
Oh, I am. Do I do that? Okay, I'm sorry, guys. All right, roll call. Felicia Salazar. Present. Frank Pellegrino. Absent. Secretary Helen, myself, I'm here. Isa is absent. Javier Lee Soto is absent. Jesus Mendoza,
present.
Juan Estrada, Rudy Llorero is out. Well, he's on his way, and then Mario, I don't have it here, but Mario, you're here. All right, we have quorum.
Okay. So order of business, do we have any public comments?
No, order of business is deferred.
Yeah, or
This is the-
Oh.
additions. Got none?
I have addition,
Okay.
one of, bike rides for new business to discuss, the last bike ride and,
So new business B?
yeah, bike rides. that is it.
Any deferrals?
Yes, go ahead and defer to the next meeting, the green space near Northwest 87th Avenue, 41st Street. I'm still waiting on Jeremy to get back to me.
Okay.
First you have to make the motion to add 8 feet.
Oh, well,
Was there a second to?
I'll
on the
second.
Motion, okay.
Mario,
yeah.
all those-
Ayes,
Aye.
all ayes. Motion
Now
passes.
deferral.
So then, I motion to defer, old business F.
Second,
All in favor?
Aye.
A motion to defer 7A to next meeting also.
I'll second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Wait, who seconded?
Mario.
I'll add, new business C then. Elderly, program. For now, just call it that.
Okay. I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
To, public comment.
Public comments, any public comments?
None on Zoom and none in person.
None questions or none? So let's move to approval of the last minutes. In February.
So there were two added so far, so I know we want to remove, Lisa wasn't here at the last meeting, I know that because she was with me. And did you have another one actually, or was that the only one? How was it?
What was that?
Just the present members, I know Isabella.
Is that all we're doing? Okay.
No, okay.
A motion to approve the minutes.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
I think it's, I don't really have any specific updates. We had the bike ride on the 5th, we had around 25 show up. Everyone seemed to have a great time. The Miami Laker was there, so we also had some pictures that'll all be coming out soon. I don't have any questions on that, but we're talking about bike rides later, so that's about it for me.
Any other questions for the staff? No?
I have a quick question.
Mhm.
Since we're not doing the report for the council, till October, I know you're already preparing the one about
The ways of,
the green space.
mhm.
So utilize an ordinance, I guess. We need the council approval, so the attorney can move on, so. Basically, steps to.
Can we just ask for our report to be heard sooner?
May I answer? We could, but we have to switch with another committee. So let's say we have to look at the calendar, can we send the calendar of?
Is that like a resolution? Like?
No, it was,
Right there on that.
so we're in,
Why do we have to do that?
because there's only 3 committees per meeting that report. So you would have to switch with one of them. If they're not, they don't need to report,
Mhm.
and then we could report.
I just feel like it's arbitrary and I feel like
What
the
was-
council
what was the
can.
one Last
I-
night,
So we're in,
Yeah,
last night, there was only one report. And it wasn't really a report, it was more like a
A
presentation.
so May, so we don't have to September really, right? Or, no, here we go, June. Yeah. So June is youth activities and veterans.
yeah, I don't think it makes sense the rules like this. I feel like we should be able to just.
The problem was that then you had like 6 committees
Right.
reporting at once.
What's wrong with the agenda?
And
item?
then you had a meeting that lasted till like 3 o'clock in the morning.
Mhm.
And I
To-
totally
to-
hear that. I was at those meetings until
Yeah.
like 2 a.m. sometimes, so
I
like
hear you.
I get that, but I also think this is ridiculous. Like
Yeah, but.
this hurts the town more.
We, at the point of the committee, I remember I was at the chair meeting for that and they didn't want you to even switch.
Yeah.
They had a huge fuss about it. I'm like, okay, can we switch with another
Yeah.
committee? If that committee doesn't need to report, then can we report if we need to? And Mr. Pino said that, that's fine, you know, so
But to-
that's.
To Felicia's point, last night, there was only one committee.
It
So,
wasn't really a committee.
it's an opportunity, if the committee says, okay, we're not ready, that you can reach out to us and see if we want to.
Right,
put you
there's
in.
a
Yeah.
spot available,
Yeah.
that's what.
Correct.
Okay, so.
Well, there's
what's
only
the process?
there's only 2 committees reporting next month, so if we wanted to, we could.
Yeah. Would that be with Regina? We would ask Gina or?
No, the liaison.
Yeah.
no.
That Rudy
That
would
would
have to,
be-
Rudy would have to send an email asking to be part of the agenda, I guess. Right.
Well, you all would have to, we have to first make the report,
Report
right?
and
The
make the motion,
committee,
yeah.
yeah, motions on that report and then.
Oh, that's right, that's.
That's why you didn't
It hasn't
report
been-
yesterday because we didn't have the
So we
report.
approved the cultural affairs on our, last meeting,
Mhm.
and then our deadline was May 8th, which, you know. we didn't submit it.
So can we approve our report? Didn't we approve the report on the last week?
No.
No, you
Well,
It's
we
on the
approved
kind of
was-
meeting
discussing the
report.
report, but it hasn't been made yet.
Was
like,
the-
committee
The
has-
the report has to come to the committee and then we all have to approve.
Right.
So, which is on the agenda tonight, so we have Rudy added it to new business. for
So we could
tonight,
actually
so-
vote on it today without.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so,
So let's just go through old business and then we'll go through that.
No. Okay, so we defer A, so V,
I think we're gonna have to defer. to
yeah, because
Rudy here.
Rudy wasn't here.
Yeah.
But I think in the last meeting, we asked some questions from the staff.
Correct, and that's part of our
Which
report.
is the letter that Helen headed that you all were gonna look at again to see what other corrections you wanted to make for your report.
yeah, the only thing that's missing, is I wanted to make sure I knew the locations.
Mhm.
So I included language like, please see the attached map. But I didn't add a map, so I wanted to make sure I talked to you all before, just to make sure we were on the same page with where we wanted them. So, do you guys know where we want them?
We had discussed it, yeah, but it wasn't never said in.
Okay,
What it says, the attached.
right, yeah, and I want to prepare it, I just want to make sure I know where to.
We see the attached map for the locations, but the attached map, no.
Oh, that's for the memo. We don't have a map is what she said.
Yeah, I never
She
made a
doesn't know
map.
what the locations are.
We had talked, you remember Juan, the lakes that we had said? I know one of them was the beach by the school,
Right.
right?
I'm Miami Lakeway?
Yeah, that was one.
Yeah, we talked about it.
So let's just start writing this out. So Miami Lake Way. And then we'll put the beach, right? Beach. Then we have 2 is the marina. 3
I think we said the lake that he lives on, does it have public access where he lives?
Lake,
Catherine?
Lake Catherine. What other lakes have public access?
I don't have the pleasure of living on a lake, unfortunately.
The one right by the townhouses that go right across from Lake Marta, which one's the one,
So we're up to 4. So that's, what's lakes?
the Hasalita Beach too.
Which
It's
one?
Miami Lake Way South. You talking about the Miami Lake Way, there's
Uh-huh.
2, the one by the school and the one prior, the one that's closer to 154. So when you turn, like let's say you're coming from the Palmetto, you turn right on Miami Lake Way South, the first right, there's a lake there with a beach area.
That's Lake Mary.
Lake Mary, right? That's what it's called? Yeah, Lake Mary.
So Lake Mary would be number 4.
We have
We
4.
said 10,
Yeah.
10 spots. It could be on multiple lakes. So
Lake Marta has to be, because it's a pretty big lake.
Lake Martha then?
Mhm.
Oh, there he is. Maybe he knows.
So,
Hi.
What's up, buddy?
Rudy, as
How are
you're,
you?
as you're saying hello, we're trying to write down the 10 spots that we had decided to do
Alright.
the life preservers. So far, we have Miami Lakes Way, the beach, the marina, Lake Catherine, Lake Mary, Lake Martha. We need 5 more,
Or it could be those 5.
and then
Like
multiple-
2 at each.
2 at each, right?
Yeah.
It could be, yeah. That's a good point because that will cover the entire lake.
Yeah, I was at I was walking in a different plantation over the weekend actually, or last week. And they had the Ada Perry like life stuff. They had 5 in one lake. Yeah, it was like all around the perimeter. So
Around
you
the
kept walking, like there was one at,
or we leave the 5, and then the other 5 we leave to
Where am I
the
going?
town.
Central Park. I think it's called Central.
Where there are all the food trucks and stuff?
I think so, yeah, yeah. Okay, I'm sorry, let me write this down. Okay, okay, can you repeat the lakes that we have?
Miami Lakes Way, the beach is what we have. We have Lake Catherine, Lake Mary, and Lake Martha. And the marina.
In the
Lake
marina.
Catherine, Lake Mary. Catherine, Mary, Lake Martha. So Miami Lakes Way Beach, Lake Catherine, Lake Mary, Lake Martha, and missing one,
The marina.
the marina, is that by Optimus?
Yeah,
The marina at Optimus?
Lake Patricia has another.
The marina at Optimus is always.
Did you say Lake Patricia already?
no, we didn't say Lake
Patricia has a
Yeah.
little beach.
I
area.
Lake Patricia.
Yeah.
It's true about the marina. The marina's always locked.
Yeah, I don't know if.
I don't know if it's worth it to put it there. You know where it's worth it to put it? On the other side of the marina,
On the shopping center?
On the corner where there's the chop right there where there's an opening,
where there's an open, where the kids go fishing there by the Casavana. That would be,
that's a good spot, yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's
The,
exposed, there's no fence there.
there's no fence.
It's like a, kind of like, doesn't look like a boat ramp, but it's at the end, like if you're
Right.
coming down that street, you actually hit it
yeah,
right into it.
it's like right next to the street.
Correct.
Correct, it's to the right of the park.
Yeah.
Of the little park, and the kids are always there, so. You know the little loop, you know the
Oh,
round
where the
route,
loop is.
Yeah.
round route, the
Round
straight
route.
up, yeah.
I don't know people went there.
The
Okay.
kids go there to fish a lot.
Where,
No, about
You got Lake Sarah, right?
Where is it,
Like-
Sarah?
South side.
You know where the,
Wait, hold on.
clubhouses?
Does Lakeside have?
Yes.
Okay, you know there's not.
No,
There is
Lakeside,
a cul-de-sac there.
let's see.
Cul-de-sac, there's like a ramp. I would say.
That's not.
No.
At the bottom,
Lakeside has a
Left.
corner,
Avenue.
middle. like
People,
here.
I've seen
Well,
people.
it's
that
Lake
use that.
26.
So like, there's
This
other
is-
accesses.
Yeah, there's
somewhere.
other access.
Are we on this, like, Ruth, where's Lakewood Church? I'm all lost here.
South-
South,
south
southeast,
No.
southeast,
Where?
southeast, south and
Lake
east.
Patricia, Lake Zero.
Okay. Alright, so let me. So this is Lakewood Church, okay. Lake Hill that you got, right?
Lake Hilda Adamant,
That has a beach.
does it?
Yep, right,
So it would be at the beaches only.
correct.
Yeah.
Well, no, to start off with, I think
Oh,
that will be, yeah, that will be.
And the
the
beach
issue.
is easier because it's not on anybody's property, right? Like. it's-
Correct.
Okay, so Lake Hilda Beach, Lake Sarah has a beach
Where's Lake Sarah?
right there.
This one,
Uh-huh,
that's what I'm trying to think,
It has a corner, like.
yes,
yeah, okay.
yes,
Lake
yes, Lake
Hilda,
Sarah,
Lake
yes,
Sarah, Lake Patricia has a beach?
yes.
Okay.
Is this the
Um,
one before, where's, okay,
one,
hold on,
two,
let me explain. Where's the stoplight, right here, right?
Right there.
Okay, no, it's Lake Susie.
Lake Sarah.
Lake Susie has a beach, look at it right.
Like,
I'm trying,
One that I was up.
you right here?
I think in Lake Lawrence Drive, we should
Lake
put
Susie
another
has
one
it.
too.
Also,
Did you mention last time?
There's nothing like.
where the,
Yeah.
where the Publix is, the one right across it, which is Lake Martha.
No,
No, that's not Publix. Lake Catherine.
Oh, where this at, Lake Catherine. But right here, this corner,
So not Lake Martha, we're removing Martha,
I don't know about Martha.
You
I'm trying to figure out where Martha is.
right in front of your hands.
No, I know,
Yeah.
I got that part. I'm just trying to picture like driving around. Where's that one at? I know yes, I know where that one's at. I don't think, no, there's no access there.
Okay,
Wait, no, there is, and I'll tell you where,
Which one?
right here, on
Lake
Lake
Martha
Martha.
has two access, one on,
Not a beach though,
no, but it's a dead end that is, there's nothing.
that's what I was thinking, if I'm driving from Miami Lakes Elementary, you go straight into one of those streets,
Mhm.
and then the lake is to the left, and there's a big opening right there. No,
Oh,
Lake
by-
Martha.
Lake
by
Martha,
Publix?
yeah.
No, Lake Martha.
It's on
Okay.
Quinton Terrace, it goes right straight to the
The
lake,
whole area there, it's open.
yeah.
open
Yeah.
access area.
Yeah,
Do you
There's a
know where
rock
that is?
there, there's a big rock
Yes,
there.
I'll tell you right now.
I don't know how people doesn't use that.
This is the elementary.
That's
So you come here,
It's better
Go
if you look at
straight.
your phone.
it's That's the only lake. Where's the church? Where's the where we do the pumpkin patch?
On top of Lakewood. Or,
This is,
no,
where's the
No.
Publix?
that's Publix, right above your
there.
finger.
This way,
Yeah.
okay? So if you come out this way, the church is right here.
Yes.
So yes, this lake,
That's Lake
Yeah.
Martha.
yeah, somewhere around. Where is it, really?
Well, in Mahogany Court, they have a beach there.
No, there's a street. We've been trick or treating around there.
Yeah, so
Is it that one?
It's pretty far away from 150.
Maybe it's not this one.
I think it is actually.
Yeah?
I feel like, I think I've been.
It's to my left. I know I've walked this way and to my left.
This- Isn't it like one of like?
Maybe you're right. Yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe that's what it is.
I think
Let me
that's
try
what
this
it
one. You can see it better. Yeah, that's like when you go into your GPS and you put the map and the arrow's not, yes, you're 100%. I think it's
Yeah.
right, yeah, right here.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think it's right here. Because I don't see,
yeah, that.
yeah, I don't see any houses there.
Catherine.
Yep.
Beach.
It's a Lake Martha. The
Oh.
other one that has, well, for sure, this one. But we did the fish tournament. That there's a gazebo there,
Oh, yeah.
for sure there.
On Grand Dairy.
Yep. There will be
I know, yeah, by the park, close
By
to
the
the
park,
park.
yeah. A lot of
and
kids fishing, I like
I
to.
don't know.
We should turn around on the 14th of June.
by the-
Yeah, remember the one, you were there now, Mom, that over there?
That's not town property, right? That's
the
grand property.
Yeah.
Would
Oh.
they let us?
But
Yeah,
then
it's
we
like-
have
should-
the-
should mark.
right there,
They won't.
very close to the.
Right there, where? Here?
Yeah, move to the right a little bit. There. Cause that's, Montrose or 82nd.
Now, the
Right-
duck park, I've never, I didn't even pick 60.
No, no, no.
over there. No, I'm just saying on that park, it's next to the canal there.
Yeah.
Is there, but there's a fence there, right? Does it let you go? I know this side
Right there.
is fenced.
It's
South on.
I feel like it's.
You could fish anywhere in that lake.
Yeah,
You get access to that, except for the properties, that house. Except for the little townhouses that are
But
there.
what I'm saying, back on that side
Another point.
where the duck park is, it's right next to the canal.
Uh-huh.
Is there a fence there?
There's a barricade for the cars, but you could,
But there's no fence?
there's no fence.
So how do you keep the animals in there?
The animal?
the dog park
dogs.
itself has. a
Oh, the
fence.
dog,
So the
yeah,
dog park does?
yeah, it
The
does.
dog park does.
That's
yeah.
what I mean, so the dog park does
Yeah.
have a
Yeah, it
fence?
does have a
Okay,
fence.
if it's fenced, then.
But around that area,
Any that you can remember?
I
Did
just
we
don't think
cover all the
people
beach
walk
ones?
there
The one that
much.
you were looking for is the one that I was thinking about.
They do
where you're
fish there.
Coming around the back.
You know,
Right
the fishing
behind-
spot.
the kid always
Like
like
next to the, there's a fountain there on,
There's a fountain, you can see a fountain
You can
from,
see the
you can see the fountain, but there's there's no homes.
right,
On that stretch right there, which,
Yeah,
um,
I think it's.
right here, yeah, no, now I lost it again. Right here. There's no homes right here.
Mhm.
what about where that car fell in the
Car fell in a lake.
lake and
That was,
By
Jacaranda,
Jacaranda.
yeah,
that he didn't?
right, there's an opening there.
How long ago was that?
But that would be a perfect place to put it, because it's an
I
opening
mean,
there.
if it happened there, that's what this is for, right?
Right.
So-
Yeah, it's on the east side, so it's right here, I'll tell you right.
It's a double, it deters the
Yeah.
car from seeing something, right? And if it do fall in, you know,
There was something, but I think it was involved with people drinking or something.
it was late at night or something,
Okay,
right?
where's it, which lake is that?
They kept going.
That's
And they kept going.
That's Lake Martha?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
like
like
that.
that. West side of Lake.
Murieron.
Oh, by the,
Yo creo uno de ellos.
It's a long time ago.
Basically.
you're talking about where we wanna put it then, the beach area?
No, that's, no,
No.
it's another, no.
It's like the street ends and then it just goes into the water.
Right, it's like Murito there, it just goes over. I'll tell you where it's at.
Which I don't know why they didn't put it like
Right, I
a
mean, that's-
barricade there or
Okay,
something.
great, you come through here.
Like GTA or
There's a outlet right here.
Seeing the little bump.
Yeah, I'm telling you, dude, it's GTA always.
That's what happened to that.
If you clear it, you get 500 points.
Right here.
Definitely what happened.
Right here,
All the way inside.
That was a long time ago. Though. Oof, over 20 some years.
yeah, right in there. That's what happened. You see the street right there? That just went in.
They just went straight, yeah.
That's horrible. So two at Lake Martha? Or,
Like Martha.
Yeah,
Why that little peninsula right there?
I
Yeah.
recommend that we survey the areas again.
Right, definitely. Yeah, once we have the list, I'll go by. And if anything, I'll take pictures of the areas. So that way we can have a better visual.
okay, we have 11 on this list right now. We have Miami Lakes Way Beach.
we didn't do anything on the west side, so there's
Never do anything on the west side.
there's
Those are
it's a nice
private
little beach on
lakes.
well,
Aren't they? Like Lake Glen Ellen is private.
Okay, so we're.
Going road, yeah.
Bungoing. There's a big lake and there's a nice beach area.
Yeah, so, these are all private.
Those are all private, like,
Correct.
yeah.
Yeah, that's
Dunwoody is
private.
private, that's the Satori.
Yeah, that's private.
I guess, I don't
This one is
recall
not private.
those being open.
Which one?
This one,
Which one?
the one next
Grams?
to.
Graham Dairy.
Yeah, that's the Gramps. We put one there.
No, no, no. Where do we
I'm
put
sorry, what
one?
were you saying now?
No, I'm trying to see, so Lake Glen Ellen, I think those are all homes. I don't think there's public
Yeah, this
access.
is all homes.
Sandra. I think
We're
that's
setting out
also,
of the park, right?
yeah,
Where's the park here?
Mhm.
Yeah, all these are private homes. Yeah, that's a whole community inside.
yeah. So it's like open, but it's private. And then like Cynthia, Carol, like Elizabeth, I think those are all closed off.
They're all closed off within, with homes.
No, this is open here by
This one,
this place.
this one,
No, look right here. in the
look
corner.
at the picture. Zoom it up so you can see the picture. That's the one you're showing.
Loch Ness
No,
Place.
the one north of that, the
Wait,
other
what's-
one.
Come to the.
Yeah, let me see the
thing.
picture. Yeah, yeah.
That's like a pond.
You still think?
Oh, Loch Ness? That's
Yeah, it has,
interesting.
you go over the bridge, the canal, I mean, you go.
This
across-
one right here. This is the big
Which
one. This is the big one.
Right?
Loch Ness, I think.
So-
You see top left, this one?
Big lake,
Yeah.
then
Yeah, but all the homes are
No,
closed
no,
out.
look in the corner here. There's no homes here. In this corner right here.
But is there street access there? You're saying right here?
Yeah.
Or put it in Glen, Lake Leonard, yeah,
See,
but I don't think the street gets there, that's a sidewalk.
but look at this.
Yeah, but there's an opening, yeah, you're right,
Yeah,
yeah, there's an opening right there, yeah, there's an opening there. Yeah, it doesn't look like there's any homes there,
So this is the big one.
yes.
All right, we're
This
at,
one right here.
11.
This one.
Ralph, right?
we said 2 at Lake Martha, so.
This one right here. Yeah, this. and-
I'm gonna have to take this on the right. For real, I'm gonna be on the bicycle with my kids, just holding like this.
Bring it up.
And then not, and then watch me be on, what is it called? Is it this one or this one? Which one is it? Which one you point? You point it, I'll tell you which one is here. It's right here.
It's right there, yeah.
Yeah, that's this one.
This is not going.
Let me try.
I think I have too many of these.
Let me see.
I think we need more.
We
don't have the extra.
7,000.
Where do you
What do you think?
Yes.
By Golden.
This one, it's this one right here.
Okay, it's not
It's Lake Elizabeth.
Lake Elizabeth, it's not,
It's not this one, it's this one.
it's Elizabeth.
It's that corner right there.
Yeah, you're right
The
here.
U-turn here.
Actually, both Lake Elizabeth, for Lake Elizabeth and Lake Cynthia, is I see another opening on the other side as
Yeah.
well. Yeah, come on, an only day
With your mom,
with a sign,
forget GPS.
yeah, with a sign,
Okay, we have a lot of lakes.
Okay,
Is this a motion?
ready? The motion.
yes, well, first and foremost, I apologize for the delay that held back at work. Sorry about that. That being said, what item are we in? B, right?
7B.
Okay. So I would say, and how many are there? We just,
So there's 11 lakes. No, actually, we just added. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 different lakes, but we wanted 2 at Lake Martha, so that's 13
13,
spots.
which need to be inspected.
Yeah.
Prior to
Survey.
right, survey, okay. So I said, I'll motion to survey these spots prior to,
Final.
yeah, to act, to final addition to the letter.
Okay,
Yeah, because you see attached. No.
okay, so wording motions to survey these spots prior to submitting the letter or?
Yep.
I second.
Yeah, I'm in favor of that. So just so I understand, we are voting to agree that we want them at these lakes pending your survey.
Correct.
Okay.
I mean, we're still gonna have to bring it back to make sure, yeah.
I feel confident in.
So, okay, so then in that case, my only worry is if those 13. So we have to make sure we motion on a way that. Yeah, but I do feel, so we all have to feel comfortable enough that if I go survey them and I say yes, then that's pretty much what it is.
Yeah,
We have to have consensus.
I trust you.
So we just have to bring it back.
Who's gonna prepare that?
I can prepare the map, so I'm happy to prepare
And
it.
put the
Yeah.
dots and then. the
What if
next-
it's like a subcommittee? Like approves it?
Still need to bring it back to the committee.
But then
We still need to write to the
Yeah.
commission.
but the subcommittee-
No, it's.
Doesn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Correct, but you still have to bring it back to the committee.
No.
Yeah, but that makes no sense.
Yeah.
Okay, so what you missed from what we were talking about,
Because we're spending
I
all
don't
the
think we
time
should wait
discussing.
until September.
We're not, I already,
Okay.
I was gonna go, we're not,
Great.
I already spoke with the clerk. Once we have the information, we'll submit it and they'll put us on meeting, so
Okay,
we'll have to wait.
I wanna make sure that this is included.
100%,
That's my concern.
we're good. No, and I knew that's where you were coming, but I didn't wanna jump the gun, but I spoke to her, as a matter of fact, today, prior to that, because we've done that before.
Okay.
Where we reported, so we don't have to wait, so that's just a, schedule,
Mhm.
but we don't have to wait. So
Yeah.
the moment this letter, so for example, if we approve it at the next meeting, we could already do it at the June meeting.
Awesome. Okay.
So
we're on
that
the
would-
same page.
Yes, so that way we can approve the spots and the letter all together.
Okay, amazing. I'm in favor. of
Quick
that.
question
Yeah.
to the chair. Why do we have to change to 3,950? Because now we have
Right.
13. And second, if they do we have any money in our budget that they'll want to allocate to this?
No.
We are, we barely have.
We broke, man, we broke.
We broke, okay. So I just want to make sure that they don't want to, allocate it from our funds and.
Have a lot more money. Can we pay for this? Can we
Yeah.
give this?
I mean, listen, in all honesty, I think we're the one that puts us the least. If not, we're in the top three.
Mhm.
Like, we're really not a complicated comedian. When they
If
say
anything, we've
no,
brought revenue to them with some of the things we've had, so.
in the past, very little, I'm gonna say, but yes. I'm not gonna lie, they're over $1,000.
But,
I mean, but to this point, if you give me the map,
Yeah,
I'll go, I'll take a look at it, I'll take pictures, send it, so that way we can get disseminated and we'll have it for the next meeting.
okay.
And then that way, the letter can get updated accordingly
Okay,
with our vote at that point.
How
Okay.
can we get like a sponsor to buy all this for us?
that's the other question. I mean, they're gonna try to get us.
that's what the
That would be a
letter's saying.
contingency instead of they pay for it, they allocate the
Listen,
funds instead of us finding the funds.
If I have to bring this lady back here again, I will bring her back
And
here.
what?
Remember, there's a new council.
Exactly.
Yeah, I
So
think we
it's
should.
gonna
I
be-
think we should actually present it to them.
Yes,
because it's a
so,
new council.
That's embarrassing.
it is.
That's embarrassing. After what I saw in Plantation, I was just like, there's so many right here.
It's embarrassing.
None of them are aware of it, but one.
Having to ask that lady, but we gotta do what we gotta do, that's fine. Isabella, if you don't mind, I mean, I'll reach out to her.
To the next meeting,
Um,
council meeting.
the next, well, we have to approve the letter first. That's fine, I'll reach out to her first. Let her know that you're gonna send, because everything needed to be, through you anyway, so. I'll let her know, give her a heads up that you're gonna reach out to her to see if she's available. For the June.
When is the next
Council.
council meeting? Isn't it June 13th? Wouldn't that be before we meet?
No, we meet.
The next one's.
Oh, that's right, forgot. No, our next meeting will be in May.
I'm sorry, May is what I meant to say. May 13th is not theirs, ours is the 21st.
That's a good question. When is your meeting?
Council meeting, May 20th. May
October.
20th, so the day before our meeting.
No,
We
our
meet the
meeting is,
21st.
we meet. Oh, we do.
Yeah.
We do. That's a good point. Okay, let me see what day we can have out there. Here, hold on a second. We don't have any agenda. Seven. That will get us into July. Okay, it's about check to see if. We're in April. And if we're trying to get in front of them in June. But we're meeting I got it. Okay, see if you can give us availability to meet. The next 4 weeks. So that will be the week of the 21st, April, the week of the 28th. And the week, the 5th and the 12th. If you don't mind, I'm sorry, I don't mean to task you with that, but I know that you guys are very limited also
Mhm.
in the times. So if you can please give us, availability for those 4 weeks. Then what I'll do is I'll look at my calendar, see how soon, I can squeeze in there with another 1,000 meetings. And the sooner I can get in there, what I'll do is I'll send out an email so she can disseminate it. And definitely we need to meet prior to that. I mean, doing the survey, I'll do that quick. That's not a rush. The only thing will be getting a meeting date. So if you don't mind, please, it'll literally be the next 4 weeks, starting from next week. Just let me know every single day because I
Okay.
unfortunately have meetings every week, sometimes 2 and 3 times a week. So if you can let me know every day of the week which day is available.
Mhm.
And then I'll pick 1 or 2, 1 to 3 days, so that way you guys also have a couple of options to choose from as well.
So 8:30 is the same time, just to.
Let's target 8:30. I would say anything, anything above 7, because sometimes what happens is I may have a meeting that may end before 8:30,
Okay,
and I can still make it here.
okay.
So I would say anything 7 and forward.
Okay.
Yeah, that way because if not, it won't get to July.
Mhm.
And then I'll call her. And let her know that unfortunately, we're not as fortunate or blessed as other municipalities. Right? But there is a new council and we would love to have her back. And once again,
Mhm.
and at that point, of course, we'll do the report to council and then we'll have her present.
Awesome.
Right?
Well,
There's a motion already. Can you read that motion?
Yeah, Rudy motions to survey the spots prior to the committee submitting the letter to the council. One for a second.
Yeah, we're good with that. All right, any additional discussions with that? Seeing none, all in favor say aye. Against, you guys have it? Right, next item, lake awareness and how to protect our waterways. Woo, woo.
Oh, and
And we already approved it on the last meeting.
going on your report.
No, there's nothing, okay, so then that's it, there's really nothing, just,
Do we need to motion for that to go to council? or-
no, because, what I'm gonna do is on the report. I'll add all of that. And then once we come to the next meeting, the report we'll be voting on it, that letter will be there. So once you approve that report, the letter automatically is in there.
Okay,
So the report is pending.
Yes. Well, yeah, the report, correct, yes. Yeah, no, I have, I have, yeah, I have that. Yep, I have that. Okay, so that will be tabled.
okay.
I mean, we want to leave it in there to see what kind of results we keep, we get. I would just add a note right under it saying, it's pending submittal with NIC report to council. Okay, beautification of remaining electrical boxes.
yeah, we kind of tabled that last time because we didn't even have a decision on it.
No, they said, right, they said that it was, we have an update, so that pretty much could be removed from us, right?
Where the designs were final. Mhm.
Okay.
And then
Well, that's
decided to
the
table that one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we have, we decided table.
Did we ever figure out the road significance?
The artist's motif,
The
their signature
Yeah.
design.
Yeah,
We had no say.
we had no say.
So
We just want the sketches, so.
So
we
just
just-
remove-
we just say thank you for now.
Thanks for letting us know.
HOA annual meeting,
Okay, so I wasn't at the last meeting. I know you've all talked about the issues, right? So any updates there?
I think we tabled that, did we?
We tabled, remember also, Alex came to that we're trying to get the HOAs and trying to get, we talked about it too. I mean, I know Steven is trying to get, Hertz, Councilman Hertz is trying to get that together with all the, HOAs, but we've tried it in the past where we updated that list as much as we can and nothing really has, come of it. So they said that they get a lot of response from one of the council members comes out and then a lot of people show up. But how can we as a committee get all these HOAs to show up and one, get their information?
Well, from the link that they send us. you send us the link. I was watching the video and, the council does not, or the town does not have an updated roster. So they're trying to see if they can get, from what I read in the video, to see if they can update it every 6 months.
We tried updating this from back when
That was,
Eddie Blanco was on this committee. And I don't think we've ever finished the whole list.
I mean, we got
We got
deep,
this, we
We
have.
got
this.
deep.
yeah.
but I think the issue we had too.
How deep did we get? You remember?
We got as deep as we could. Do you remember the feedback we would get? Like, who are you? People would hang up on us, like,
Yeah,
like,
it
oh,
was,
you're a volunteer,
Like,
you want my
nobody-
information? Like,
started taking a path that it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
people were like, how did you get my
It was- I
number?
would hang up on you.
Yeah.
Taking care of that, they're more official than we are. I mean,
Right.
We don't even have business cards.
You want business cards? We'll get you.
I
I was
didn't
gonna say,
use them. I did use
We'll
them.
get you business cards. So, I mean, we can't touch that, we understand.
Unless we create some kind of event where we invite all the HOAs and say that the.
Like a really big one, like. the-
yeah, we had talked about already,
Yeah.
and we talked about the topics to address. Definitely not Ron McGill.
Or maybe.
He was actually the one that everybody
I know,
showed
I
up.
know.
He was good.
It does. No, I have not seen it.
We have to send, right? Right, would that do that?
Oh, no, you have time. I was just, it was glitching with it.
So, I mean,
You are the mastermind behind HOAs. I mean, how can I get you to come to one of these meetings with that?
Free food.
We need
No.
a meeting.
mm,
See, our thing was like, it needs to be a value, right?
right.
Um,
I mean, the truth at this point, that's a very good question, right? At this point in time, is that really
mhm.
something that's needed?
We just need their information.
Do we?
Or attend their meeting and say, look, we go with someone from the town and basically say, we're trying to update, information, please help us.
No, but
The
to Heather's
HOAs,
point is, do we really need to have an HOA meeting?
They don't go to their own meetings.
Yeah.
They're not gonna come to ours.
That's what I'm saying.
Right?
That's a good point.
Well, why did the council ask us?
Originally,
That's to
do with the
STD.
It was with the STD.
No.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's when
yeah.
we're
It's all about the STD.
no, but it wasn't.
That's
No,
why.
No, no,
we
it
have
was
FDRs
before.
and the little
No, it
houses.
was
The
before.
special tax.
Yeah.
No, it was before.
Yeah. it's-
Yes, it was before. And I'm glad it was changed back to its original name.
Yeah.
Yes, I don't know why we call it that. But no, it was originally, it was not because of the special taxing district. It was not. That was already in place before the special taxing district came together. It was just a way. I don't remember.
You've been on this committee how
I
long?
mean,
How many times have you had
we invited
HOA
them
board of
to
the
the-
meetings? I mean, we've never, I've been here for quite some time. We've never had more than 4 HOA members,
Yeah, no, it's a fair point.
it's hard.
We had,
So the Ronald
fertilizer
McGill is
one-
one that most they showed up. That was it.
Yeah, the fertilizer one was, it was that was the.
And the water barrel
The
one.
legal,
The-
but
No,
the
the
reason why
one-
I was good because it was attached to something else.
Yeah.
Okay, oh, yeah, that's.
Yeah, no,
Didn't
that
we
was,
bring an
the
attorney
one that
Yeah,
was,
we bought an attorney
We
one.
brought an attorney.
that's what I was gonna tell you. This is what I do, and right now, the only way to drive these people into a meeting, it's illegal, right? The updates with regards to the surge, you know, but some of these
HB1A.
communities don't have 3 stories or more.
Swords.
Right, so yeah,
Like the condo stuff?
yeah. Yeah,
But they need to have
structural-
research, though.
Huh?
They don't have to have the studies, but they need to have research.
Right.
And a lot of them don't have research.
right, but that's not, you know, they're gonna keep waiving that every year because they don't want their maintenance to go up. Those are the only, honestly, right now, that's the hot topic, right? All these condos that have those requirements. This year, they were able to waive it, but next year they're not. So, look, honestly, I think, in my opinion, Isabella, can you check with us to see if, in fact, it's part of, I'm gonna say bylaws, but part of our, what is it called? Our resolution, right?
I think it might,
It is.
yeah,
It is?
Yeah.
yeah. it is.
HOAs?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, they
We're supposed to meet with the HOA. Quarterly
For resolution.
for our,
Wow.
we're supposed to be one, that's why we're supposed to have, that, we allocate that money towards our.
What is he gonna check?
They
Ruby, we've been-
$400
as much-
to us a
yeah.
year for this.
Correct, as much as you're saying this, yes, well, we've been fighting on this for quite some time. You know, and we've never been able to figure out how the appetite to get them to come to a meeting or get them to any of that.
And to be quite honest with you, I mean, seeing it now from another, I'd rather the committee spend the time and the energy in some other items at this point. Maybe it was. Well, I remember, it's not coming, but I remember even Claudia said saying it, you know, how that came about. It was definitely before my time, and I've been in this committee over 10 years. So
And Eddie tried to spearhead it because you.
updating it, correct. No, I remember us.
It was in,
It wasn't successful. So the only thing that I would need, Isabella, is to one, just the confirmation. I'm
Yeah.
sure it's there. And two, how we get it out of there.
Yeah, do we?
It's
is
just
it
it's a
part of our
vote,
report?
because, right, if that is the case, then we'll bring it to the next agenda to vote, have it removed, and when we go, you know, when I report. That's what I'm saying, but if we'll add that to the report, so they can, you know, proceed with that, right? Awesome.
Yeah.
For now, just remove that. Actually, no, never mind. Table.
Yeah.
Table.
Table. Yep. Page ready. Yep.
we tabled the green space, we have the memo, but I'm waiting on Jeremy to get some more clarification on what the next step.
Okay, so it'll be great if we can get it for the next. Awesome.
Tabling.
And then we have, report to council. That pretty much, so we're gonna have, if you can write there, please have in the letters, so we're gonna need one is. What is this one called, this? The request for fertilizer ordinance,
Mhm.
draft, right, that's what we're in, draft and implementation.
Mhm.
The other letter will be the one about the Hero, well, Aiden Perry Hero Life Green Initiative.
Mhm.
That's 2 letters. What is the 3rd letter? Memorials.
Yeah.
Green space,
What's the name of
memo,
that?
so memo about green space near Northwest 87th Avenue. And 41st Street. Also, an attendance.
Mhm.
Attendance log. See, as I saw the video from the last meeting that had the rules and regulation. What else? Then
Attendance on what? Our meeting?
our meetings, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yes, the roster.
Committee member attendance, right?
I know because I just finished one for students.
Or is it,
The roster with initiatives, budget.
well, use template, you can put, yeah,
Yeah,
town template. I think once you
But
put
that
town,
was a template.
right, that template has the roster, has all of it, right, but it doesn't have there the attendance log. It's
No.
not part of it. So that's what I'm saying. These are separate sheets that we have to add to it.
What you need to submit for the report is the report. So.
So you can put committee report template.
Okay,
Just put committee report, then parentheses, use town template.
The report, the attendance.
Budget,
The budget.
The budget?
yeah.
And then the latest minutes.
okay.
So budget,
Mhm.
and then another one latest minute.
Yeah, budget, we've been through it already. We know a lot of items. Remember the
Alright,
bike
so
rides?
sometimes the budgets, minutes, and then our letters.
Now, as part of the report. So then if you could just do a subcategory and it's, or maybe actually on the. Report itself where it says use template from town, right on that,
Oh,
we
you
do
have to do
bullet
that.
points on that one. One, we'll have them there. And you can copy and paste the,
I took notes.
excuse me, sorry,
Five
Ada
items.
Perry,
Mhm.
that's one item, because I need to also. Identify them on the report, even though there's the letters, I need to identify, cross-reference them with the items. The lake awareness. And how to protect our, you can actually, you know what's that, you can literally like copy and paste it from the agenda,
Okay,
you have that accessible.
Pretty much.
And then ways to, what are we gonna report on ways to beautify the Liverpool Meadow? There's nothing that, right, we just keep bringing it
Yeah,
back.
Well,
remember
me and
that's-
Isabel did the whole. That's the initial footwork to.
Right,
Put
right, remember
LED
that.
lights and.
Yeah, but remember, we're waiting on them to see
But,
DOT's
yeah.
doing a whole new column thing in the center.
They're gonna do something structural to the median, and it also has to do with the construction of that new building thing, so it's definitely in the back burner.
So let me ask you a question though, because I would like to report on that. Would you mind just, writing a quick summary of what we've done and what's pending? So that way we can attach it as a letter.
what is how do I label
Ways,
it?
ways to beautify, literally what's said on the agenda. Ways to beautify
Oh, there.
under
Okay.
Palmetto Expressway.
And you would like the summary by next meeting, or?
Yeah, by next meeting. No, by next meeting. Yeah, that'll be, just send it, send it to, I do,
You do, okay.
I do.
The template includes the budget and minutes, or no?
No,
No, it should have the roster, the mission statement.
correct,
Uh,
correct.
Budget initiatives.
We'll go over now to make sure that those are extra, additional documents that go into it.
Okay,
It's an annual report itself. It's an annual report.
Right, it's the report itself, right? But you got it? Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think,
That's the package itself.
so for sure, all these items,
Mhm.
including, the HOA quarterly meeting
Each one. Okay,
as an item. On that one, there's no. Well, let me ask you. Yeah, that one we'll just probably be talking, or unless. If you guys feel that, so that way we can have it ready to go, so by the time that I get, I just go right down. Should we write a letter on behalf of the committee? Saying, these are the challenges that we've had. And we're just basically saying, unless you guys have input and helping us, right, get these going, at this point, we've been hitting
yeah,
a brick wall.
yeah,
With this, so I think it will be best in a letter
Report itself.
for the HOA, you're talking.
for the
about.
HOA, yes.
Okay.
But should it be a letter though, just so that way,
Well.
or just talk
remember
about it
the
and that's it?
report is his initiatives. Let's say, trying to get HOAs and then you can talk about it.
So no letter, just talk about it at that point.
I recommend that you actually speak with council.
Oh, no, I'm gonna speak on each of these items.
Right.
But for example, if there's letters, you know, at that point, you know, we just say a few words and say, okay, or read the letter and then kind of piggyback with some words there. So yes, but sometimes having a letter there to describe a little more the situation, other than just, you know, saying, there's really, there's nothing much to say except we've been trying for a few years now, and we just keep hitting a brick wall with these topics. So at this point, we just, you know, as a committee, right, we don't find the value on these meetings. So unless the council can come up with this idea that we're willing to discuss, other than that, our request, that's what I'm saying, but I think it's gonna have more weight with a letter from the committee signed saying, here you go, instead of just me saying,
With that report, and that's what I've been told, is you can request the council for, you know, events or whatever. At that point, you can request to be removed. Then they can approve it.
right, but I just think it's got, I think the letter has, and I don't have a problem in drafting the letter, that should be, yeah, I think it has just more value, right? If it's a letter on behalf of the committee, than just me announcing and saying, hey, can you please take this off? You know, we can't find a way of getting these people out to a meeting. So I would say just provide a letter, yeah.
But it's part of the package. And then
Correct.
they read it, and then at that point, they'll, you know, decide to. go
And
ahead.
plus, by the time that we get to go up and speak, they already have all these letters and have an idea what we're gonna speak about.
Yeah,
Right.
Nice package for them. So.
Oh, yeah.
Can't wait to see the response.
It's the semi-annual report, but then you have all this, what do they call them? What's the word,
Supplements?
minutes or-
And as soon as I do, and as soon as I draft it, I'll send it over to Isabella, then she can disseminate it. Same thing with you. The quicker the better, send it to her, so that way she can get all these letters. Mario, same thing to you. And we already have both of your letters, so that's already there.
yeah, mine will potentially be adjusted at the next meeting, but yeah. We have
Right, but at least we're, yeah, the letters already there. Okay, let me know when you're ready, so we can go over that list. I'm sorry, what did you say? Did you say having it's a better minute taker than Mario?
Yeah,
I'm
absolutely,
so sorry, I don't.
absolutely.
No, I'm sorry, no, I just.
She's like, first of all, you be prepared. Last time, they just threw it on me. They're like, here you go.
I know.
Great,
Listen,
here's what we got, new business, so it'll be NIC report to council. Committee report, use on template, those are all the letters.
Hayden Perry, legal awareness, ways to beautify under the palmetto, HOA quarterly meeting,
It's a group of.
removing, we wanna add that.
Which is
Removing.
semi-annual.
The one in Lima, but we've been trying to bring it down, bring it down.
Remove HOA quarterly meeting,
The last two. It's been perfect to do something like that.
NIC was, yeah, from NIC,
Okay, then budget, latest minutes,
okay,
I can
budget.
reorder them.
Yeah, no worries, committee attendance log, our meetings, yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Anything else? Felicia, you can think of?
Because you're adding more to the package than what this requires. so-
We definitely are. And I've always, just so you guys, right. Just so you guys can know, typically what I've reported in the past, I've liked to add this additional information, not just a line item. So if it has been a, committee or something, I mean, not committee, an item that, certain committee members have worked on, then we get a little summary, like the one that we're gonna get from you. And then we tack that lot, that along with it. So they see other than just me, express.
Yeah, awesome, I'd love to be at that next one.
Yes, well, the more people, well, you're gonna say that's what we agreed on.
Mhm.
You were gonna read on that letter, and we have this lady there as well. I mean, the more,
The more of us, the better.
when is the June meeting? As a matter of fact, that's a great question,
Yeah,
we put it down.
June 17th,
Is the council meeting or our meeting?
council. Your June
The next day.
You what?
18th. And then actual report for the June meeting.
Are we not trying to do the May meeting?
Yeah, for the new city.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
So
okay.
sure.
Report to
Sure.
council the May meeting.
To record by June 15th. Okay.
The report needs to be submitted to the town clerk on. Her date, include.
You need 3 days, no? For
No, that's
No,
the,
this
that's
is
the
for- this is
agenda.
for
This
council.
is for the
Yeah.
committee meeting. Okay, hold on, give me a second. Let me answer Helen's question to that. Okay, so let me just write this here really quick. Report to council. So that way I can work this.
Better.
No, but but we're doing one thing at a time. Let me first do the add here the meeting. And then we'll see what days. Well, anyways, we gotta hear the dates, but potentially by what day do we need to meet to approve all of this? To then be ready, because our May meeting, even though we're gonna meet, this already had been approved prior to that.
Mhm.
You get it?
Yeah.
Yes,
think
I-
so.
yes. Okay, I'll tell you now. Hold on, let me lock this, 7 p.m. June 17th, right?
Mhm.
So you guys wanna go ahead and put that on your agendas already?
June 17th.
NIC report to council meeting. Okay, June 17th. Yes, I know, I know. I know. I know. At the end of the meeting?
No.
No,
Meetings go after the manager report.
Yeah.
That's a little more.
It's
Well,
not,
yesterday
not
was a
late.
certain situation because they moved around the budget, so it went longer, but,
the manager's report,
Got moved up now.
it's at the beginning of the meeting.
Yeah, it got moved up. Yeah.
Oh, that used to be like at the end.
You should be at the end.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, why did they put just like?
Can we get a counselor on there to put a motion to move on?
Oh,
No.
well, they're gonna have to.
You
deliberate.
could, you could
Alright, so at
request
least-
it when you
Yeah,
get
all
there.
right, so at least we got that date. So I put it down. Now, the next thing will be to look at May. So our meeting, it's on the 21st,
What, May?
so that doesn't change.
Yes, around the 21st.
Right, so if they need that by June 6th, oh, we're good, we're good.
June 5th.
Yeah, no, we're good. Just as soon as you send me that, all the dates, then we'll pick. Yeah, we're good.
So you still want to meet before your May 21st?
Yes, we have to.
Okay.
No, we have to, because if not, we wouldn't be able to approve this for that meeting. Forget about the meeting date, we need to submit it by the 5th.
Right,
For the 20.
you can still approve it at your next meeting is what I
May,
mean,
yeah, we still have time.
so.
The sooner the better.
Oh, May, I'm sorry, hold on, I got lost here.
It's June 5th.
It's the only reason your meeting is just to approve this, you can meet at your next meeting is what I'm saying. It's before the report is due.
So how do we end up?
Yeah, I don't know.
We originally were trying to, report in May.
But you
Got
meet
it.
after the committee,
Yeah.
right, so.
Got it, okay, so in that case, we can have everything ready for the 21st.
Mhm. Okay.
Approve it there and then approve it at the June meeting.
Okay.
I mean,
Is
then-
that-
So yeah, we're good, I think that's fine. So then that means that we don't have to move it.
Okay.
Okay.
That's
Yeah,
where I
it's
got
more
what
like if we wanna try to meet the May eighth
That would have been the.
deadline, do
I
we
think we're-
want to?
I think we're good with June.
I would like to talk to town clerk about putting NIC first schedule to.
That'd be a good idea.
You saw, talk to her.
Yeah,
about
there was
I'm
no
gonna give her
problem.
heads- Okay,
Yeah, there was no problem. Yeah, I was informed that should not be a problem.
okay,
Plus it's June, so we're giving,
right,
A
instead
month.
of May, that's what I was
Exactly.
talking to her.
yeah,
Okay.
May might have been, but still running through her,
Yeah,
right, please? But we should be okay. Yeah,
Okay.
I think June's a little more
Yeah.
doable.
Oh. So, okay,
so.
Okay? Anything else for that?
so we're gonna keep the 21st, we don't need
Yes.
to, okay,
Yeah, we don't need.
we're just gonna modify them.
All right, so. Anything else with regards to report to council? Nope. See,
Yeah.
Okay,
you think?
we added, 8B,
Correct, I see a bike ride
bike ride status, yeah.
and C elderly programs.
Okay. All right, bike ride status, so I'm gonna actually queue it up over here.
Well, I think we had a successful bike ride. We had about 25 people show up. So, we had a good decent amount. We had,
Handed out quite a few helmets.
yeah, quite a few helmets were given out. I was surprised because usually
Yeah.
people don't care,
Neighbors.
but people wanted them, so I gave out a good amount. We had the 4-year-old girl that, Laker put out a piece on her, because she rode the whole way
Nice.
On the
Aw.
training wheels?
on the training wheels.
Stop.
Every time
She was able to keep up and she didn't have some people back there running the whole horn and telling her over the mic, if you can't keep up, you're gonna have to hurry up, sidewalk.
Well, yes, but no.
Yes,
Yes, and no.
okay, got it,
So
got it.
she was right in front of me, I was in the back. And I went up to the dad and I said, listen, she's getting tired. Because they stopped a couple times to get water. And he said, yeah, I think so. They pulled off to the side, and then we keep going. And I look back and I see, like little cartoons where you see,
Right.
what the heck? They're coming back. And then they passed me and he goes, she just wanted to get back in. She said she couldn't, she had to. So the whole time she rode.
Nice.
The whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
You
awesome.
did better than a bunch of adults. I think advertising is really the way to go, get the word out, get the word out, get the word out.
Yeah. Yeah,
Like
so,
when East Committee was there, they were giving out stuff,
Yeah.
Good.
trinkets and.
so here, I've been doing some thinking about the bike rides. And. Set it up. I think, in my opinion, how things had transpired after COVID with the bike ride and how successful we were. I mean, we had over 200 people at one point in those bike rides. Is to move it to once a year.
Make it more special, I
That's
guess.
it. Yes.
Once a year is, I think maybe every 3 months, maybe.
Or twice
Well,
a year.
remember, well, here's the thing. We do it during the colder months. So we can't really spread them out
Mhm.
every 3 months.
And if you really think about it, there's one that you do already that the town does, it's already a yearly thing.
Which
No,
one?
that's the culinary one. That's completely
It's
different.
still a bike ride.
And, but that's not, kids cannot go there. It's, now you have the big bikes, that they're renting. I think that's something.
I love the Christmas light.
Then you had the Christmas lights we did once, that one was successful.
Well, I think at a minimum, maybe one night one
Mhm.
and one daytime. Maybe the night one can be during the holidays, right? Blow that one up. And then the other one can be right around this time, March, April. Because doing 3 or more than that, honestly, guys, it's.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then
Market the heck out of it.
Right. And then we'll have a better opportunity to market it, and maybe some of this money can go to marketing.
So no
which we
bike
haven't.
rodeo,
Huh?
no bike rodeo.
No, rodeo, it's
Yeah.
the youth fest,
activity.
yes.
Which
Now,
we used to partner.
Partner
with.
up.
which is during the morning, which I don't have a problem with that.
Like keep that one and a night one maybe.
Yeah.
The holiday one.
When is a bike rodeo?
We can do the Christmas.
For sure, the holiday one. Yes, yeah, that
The
that
holiday
was,
was the best, this is one of the
Right.
great one that we
So
did.
Okay, the culinary bike doesn't count. But we're gonna have the culinary bike, which is.
No, but it doesn't count, don't even say it.
But then the holiday one, which is Christmas at night,
right,
and then we could have a spring ride or,
that will be, and at that point, I'm thinking we can tag it along with autism. When is not Earth, the health one, excuse me, the health one,
The health fair?
yeah, when is that around?
Not that fall,
Just fast.
yeah, oh, okay.
So it's right around this time, Because remember, bike rides are still, right along, healthy riding, that kind of stuff. We can incorporate,
You do it with the health, we could have good sponsors because the elderly gets awesome sponsors. So,
And I always thought there's this elderly bike, they do it up north that, you know how you go to the fair and then you sit in front and they.
Wheelchair?
They ride, no, they ride you to your car, like a chariot, you're sitting in the front, like it's a two-seater, and
right?
then they take you to cars so you don't have to walk. But
Yeah,
they
but
do
that's
it,
what this.
but they do it for elderly, like they'll have a bike ride and they'll have like 3 or 4 of those and then the elderly sit and then they ride around.
Yeah, well, good luck, who's gonna be pushing those bikes?
You look like a healthy individual.
No, I'm good, I'm very healthy, but I don't know if I wanna be probably like a little girl, halfway through it, then have to catch up. So what do you guys think?
I understand what you're saying. I just wonder like how can we make them more successful? I feel like they're so fun when we get people there. Like what's going wrong? Like, is it that people aren't seeing the announcements for it? Like, what's the
Not only
issue?
that, the truth is, Helen. I think the drive is there anyway.
And to be honest with you, not a lot of people like to wake up early on a Saturday morning. There's a
Yeah.
lot of things going on. You got flag football, you got baseball, you got this, you got that. So really the people that go there are the people with kids. On Saturday mornings, basketball, football, soccer. You have so many other things that you're competing against
Competing with
a
all those
million other
others.
things.
So, I wonder if we wanna help support the Miami Lakes Run Club, cause that's something that's gotten pretty popular.
Yeah, they got it pretty popular, huge.
Like,
Oh, yeah?
yeah, it's like a pretty solid group. I was like, looking.
Maybe those riding the bike and they're running behind us?
But,
I don't know. Yeah.
look, like.
They
it's
run pretty fast, some of them are
Oh, yeah?
gonna.
It's pretty decent, like every week.
Oh,
they get
wow.
together,
Yeah, they have
and
they
always
grow
have,
every
like-
week.
Yeah, they take over
Yeah.
every seven now.
They
take-
Isn't it tonight?
I think it's tonight.
Yeah.
They're running tonight?
They're
Every
like
Wednesday.
tonight, every Wednesday night.
Oh, they're running nighttime.
I got six
Like
or
at six
seven.
PM,
From
maybe
where?
at
Yeah.
different spots.
They take over every 7,000.
So I wonder if like maybe we can do like a combine, like, I don't know, reach out to them.
This is
and
not
do
a
something.
town thing, this is
Yeah,
just
they-
people,
Not
this is
something.
comedian, right?
It's a community.
Text that to me,
Yeah,
so I can take a look at it. I think definitely, maybe we can, we can reach out to them and say, hey, we're having a bike ride. Maybe
Where,
get-
where do they run?
They run all
in different
around
parts
Commerce
of,
and like,
Oh, about there?
Yeah,
And,
every
On the
week,
west
like.
Royal Oaks Park.
Like,
they do different areas sometimes.
You can't miss them. You'll know when you see them.
It's.
Oh, they got a little banner and everything.
But hey, it's a big group and all ages, I mean,
Like, maybe this is a cooler thing to do now. Like,
Well, organized.
it's community
it's a
people.
meeting. It had started off slowly at a veterans park, right?
Oh,
And then
so-
grew little by little.
Have you heard of any, like, police, do you guys talk about this club? Like, is it an issue?
Just,
or-
we haven't had any problems, like no
Okay.
one's complaining that they're in the
There's a running
street.
block
and-
and things.
I mean, they run on sidewalks.
Yeah, they're, the complaints are the bikes. Or the cyclists that they're taking. up the
No,
street and they're too
yeah,
slow.
the kids that pop the wheelies
Yeah.
and they get in front of the car, that's an issue.
All right, so we got 13 minutes left. What do you guys think? Should we, focus?
I say 3 here.
How
I don't
many
think
do
we
we
have
got right now? We're at
That's what we
4?
have. No, we have 3 now.
Let's go down to 2.
You can afford all three?
Probably not. We'll be negative. We'll owe them money.
No, if you do it. in
So
the
we got the
hall-
cops knocking on your door, one of these meetings.
Let the hall of the way for sure.
For sure, yes,
The hall,
yes,
okay. And then we do one more.
right. I think right around this time, but in my opinion, we should combine it with autism, the health, look to see can we look really quick? Is that possible? You guys are a little more, to see when is, the rodeo?
They haven't, yeah, they haven't.
No, but
set
1
up
month,
something.
but last year, they do it around the same.
It's
December.
been moved around, but September was the last.
March.
Oh, it was? Oh, yeah, that's true.
Last year was September
Yeah, no,
28th.
so that's enough. That's enough. All right, so I think at this point, I'll do a motion so that we go to 2 bike rides per year, 1 in December at nighttime. And the other one
Spring.
in springtime,
Okay,
in the daytime.
seconds.
Yeah, you could name it
Second
spring,
by Helen.
spring, bike ride, and then you include all the things.
And then we bring the other.
Yeah.
Yes.
Spring fling, yeah, you could get
Yeah,
help.
that's it. What's the joke? No, but I can't.
Make it big.
We could, I mean, if we're gonna get, I said we
It
could.
actually works out better because then we could focus year round to get some sponsorships, to get. some
Right,
things out
right,
there, You know what I
exactly.
mean? It's true what he said, we can make it bigger. Bike
Instead
board,
of-
the 305, we could get bike 305.
It was. My kids, my kids grew up on a wagon. And they were like, they couldn't wait to, grow older to go ride. And now it's like, where are the bike rides? Well, unfortunately, yeah, baseball. So that's also a whole thing. But, all right, so we have a motion, we have a second. Any additional discussions? No? Seeing none, all in favor, say aye. No? You guys have it? Motion carries.
I think it's a great idea.
Okay, real quick, 10 minutes. Ideas of how to bring the community together. Last time, Councilman, Sanchez was here. So for a while, I've thought about it, and you guys remember Big Brother, Big Sister? So just flipping around with the elderly, right? We take young, families or people kind of like us, and then we adopt an elderly couple or an elderly person in the sense that we only have the responsibilities of calling them, once a week, things like that, seeing, hey, they want to come out to a community event. It's just trying ways that we could bring the elderly and the community together. It's a big part of this town, and they're a lot of them are alone. They're really secluded. They just want to talk to people at the end of the day. You know what I mean? So, there's other programs like this, like in Boston and things like that. They set up rules. The town does background checks on the people that become volunteers. You're not allowed to give a gift more than $10 during non-holidays, $25 during holidays. That way you don't have any conflicts. But the goal is to bring, Miami Lakes has a ton of elderlies, and it does have a lot of also young families. I think if we find the common likes between one family and an elderly, we should bring it together. Maybe it could be a program that we could, have here in Miami Lakes. I don't know what you guys think.
I think it's very sweet. Is this something that, have you brought it up by any chance with the elderly affairs?
We would have to team up with the elderly
Yeah,
committee. Yeah. Correct.
And I mean, Dottie, she knows everyone, I feel. I mean, I know she doesn't know everyone.
The
but,
elderly
like,
committee would have to, vet those elderlies that would want to be part of this program. And then we, as the neighborhood improvement committee, would have to get members that would want to also, be the other end.
Mhm.
I don't know what you guys think.
Because I know in that committee, it's a big committee, they actually, today they had a field trip to see, South Pacific and, I don't know,
What's that specific?
it's the musical.
Oh, love.
So they do a lot of,
They do a lot of
Outings.
things, and they have a big budget, so. I mean,
some, like you said, that they don't like, they're not very social, so those are the ones I think we need to focus on.
Mhm.
So then, I think it's a good idea.
So how did you reach out to?
Well, that was my next thing. I think the next thing here should happen is you're probably gonna have to show up in
The elderly.
the elderly.
I wanted to bring
affairs
it first to you guys,
Yes,
see
of
you
course,
guys.
of course.
I'm,
Yeah, show up there, tell them what the whole idea is. And if they feel, because they will be the ones more than
Correct.
anything, to see if there's a need for something like that in the town. And if there is, is that gonna be a doable thing?
Because I also heard that they have a program within the elderly affairs where they go to, let's say, elderly homes that they need help, cutting the grass or whatever, but they already have that program. I don't know if it's still active.
But that's elderly is helping elderly.
Big brother, big
So a lot of times they spend a lot of time in their residence, they don't go out. And you brought a good point, take them to the town event. So like if we have something at the park.
You gotta drive them there?
Yeah.
The thing is that they-
No, I had a solution for that.
Freebies?
No, freebie, so there's a few adult daycares in town that we can partner with them and say, hey, would you be willing to provide your transportation on this day for a couple of
To pick up,
hours to
okay.
pick up this group of 10 elderlies and bring them to the town event and then bring them back. Maybe for those business owners, it's just, you know, a couple of hours paying a driver,
Right.
they have the
No,
equipment.
and it gets their advertisement out as well, like, look, you know.
But, they have different programs.
We need to make a motion for me to go to the elderly.
Yes.
Make a motion to bring up the elderly program to the elderly affairs at the next meeting.
I second. Any additional discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Against? The ayes have it. Any announcements? Nope.
I mean, not an announcement per se, I just think we need more members, that's it, how do we do that, please?
Well,
Add it to the report.
I was, I was going to. I don't know how many of you actually got a chance to review the video with regards to the rules. I got to a point where I guess if I'm in Disney and there's background noise, not to call in for the meeting. I think it was more, they were trying to, what's the word, Rudy? I guess make it a little more professional kind of settings, because they added that you can call. By the way, was that approved at the last meeting? Because the link you sent me was the link you sent was for prior. Right.
I don't have any updates on the committee.
You don't have that. Didn't they discuss that?
Briefly, but not, yeah. It's sort of, so
Because they needed to go to a second reading, right?
For what?
the committee rules.
The committee rules.
Yeah.
So that was the first reading.
Well,
In March.
Yeah.
So I needed to go to a second reading.
Like, yeah, it was on the agenda from yesterday.
So it was there.
It was
Yeah.
on the agenda, but I don't think it's,
No?
because I looked through the video and
Hmm.
they
Yeah, I
talked
can
it up for 2 seconds.
Double check. I
Okay.
that's before they got to that.
So they added
They-
that you
they
can
changed
call
this.
remotely. I think they limited twice, please don't quote me on that. Might have been twice or 3 times. A year, yes. They were very strong about attendance. That's the reason why, so I have a template. Alan, that I did. If you don't mind, please just text me, say Rudy send the template. And what I'll do is I'll send it to Isabella and she can forward it to you. But the template, it's actually, it's a very good template and it has everybody's name and it's got the year. So literally the only thing you have to do is have it with you, just check where was here. And we can use that to the report. So there's no extra labor involved there. Just you have the template electronically and you just check when you're doing your attendance, you check in and that's it. So yeah, that was it.
Yeah, we used to mark that every meeting.
Yeah.
So I guess
Like
We had a binder.
there has been a lot of complaints from other committee chairs with regards to attendance and then people getting kicked out of the committee and then they come right back. And it starts all over again. They added on the part of you're able to attend remotely, but you're still not voting. So you won't be a voting member,
That's the part.
right? And it does not,
What's the sense?
right, it does not count as quorum. I think that pretty much it from what I can remember. So that's pretty much it. There's really nothing else, but
Days, you.
oh, right, if you were kicked out, you have to wait 90 days to get back in.
But if you're in another committee, you're okay.
But right, and it did not affect, right, if you were another committee and this is the one your attendance wasn't so good, you're still good. with
I
the-
don't understand, you get, like, how in advance do you get, that we have one? Like, we will get that we have our next meeting by one,
It's automatic, right?
What-
No, it's not,
right,
our meeting's
always-
automatic.
Yeah,
it's automatic,
Yeah.
so I don't understand how people miss their, you know it, so it's in your calendar.
Look, I can see things happening. right? And I'm guilty of charge because of so many things that I have and so many things that come up at the last minute. So I can see why all of a sudden somebody cannot.
About that time.
Yeah, I'm looking at the,
I have excuse absences, but I don't know how many, because I know
well,
only
three.
it was three,
only
Three.
but Excuse you, is the excuse ones don't count toward the three.
right?
If you can have, you miss half the year, 3 hour excuse and 3 hour.
Well, but then, you know what, they brought a valid point also with people that may be having an illness.
Yes. Yeah, that's one of the things
Right.
that in my report, I put, like they had like a death in the family,
Well,
immediate one, like the mother.
right,
died.
well, an illness meaning that if,
Procedure.
correct, or something a little deeper that, you know, requires you to, stay longer.
That's
But
the point.
we'll see, listen, at the end of the day, when they
Excuse,
approve,
those are the-
right, when they approved, oh, and the calendar year. Right, yeah, and the calendar year, meaning that it was 3 consecutive ones. So what was happening is you could have had October, November, December, or October, November, right? And you were fine, and then it reset it. So now in January, you could have missed another January, February, March, and you were gone for half of the year. So they made it 3 consecutive, even overlapping, so more like a calendar year. I mean, correct, a calendar year instead of, no, sorry, a physical year, not a calendar year. So they talked about that, so, but we'll see those when they approve, motion to adjourn, 10 PM, second by Helen. Any additional discussion?